Look at this fat bastard. My anaconda don't want none. Shit. His fucking glass is inclined, so I'm like, keep going in. But it's probably inclined so you can see shit. Ew. Just chilling. This is the Diamondback rattlesnake. Oh, there he is, right there. Yeah, we got some action here. Look at that. Oh my god, dude, my heart is going fucking a mile a minute. I've got to get down out of here. I hope you appreciate what I do for you guys. Oh. Yeah, let's get the hell out of here. Bushman ready. Alright, so the Samsung 24 S24 whatever series is much better than the Pixel. Oh my god, that was... Oh, I gotta do this again. Oh my. Alright. Oh, Jesus Christ, this is even worse.
What do you say, cute?
Oh yeah, no, and I see this every time I go to Miami. I pass through here all the time. I had time today, and I was like, I'm definitely gonna go check this place out.
Well, I'm glad you did.
Sound smart and well read. Cupcakes got you covered. Reading books help your brain get fed. This is the best show you discovered. Cupcakes book reviews and overviews. It's the best book review show you can view. Not like other book reviews and overviews. Cause it's Cupcakes book reviews and overviews. Let's read.
Hello everybody, welcome back. Hello, Tim. How am I sounding? It's kind of wonky. I don't know how my signal is. So I'm at the pilot doing a load of laundry, and then I'm actually that load I got from Ohio is sending me to Chicago. So I'm going home tonight. So let's just forget that whole show from this morning because I thought I lost my notes, but I found them because they were in a file that said untitled documents. So I've got my notes right here. For the book, The Eaters of the Dead. I'm going to, if you would like to join me, I got to put my laundry in the dryer in about 20 minutes. And we'll get that taken care of. Hey, Dang Lizard, what's going on, man? So, The Eaters of the Dead was written by Michael Crichton, the author of Jurassic Park, Congo, The Sphere, Great Train Robbery. And this, the full title of this book actually is, thanks, man. The full title of this book is Eaters of the Dead, manuscript of Ibn Fadlan, relating his experiences with the Northmen in AD 922. So the manuscript that this book is based on was written by an Arab who traveled. He was emissary going to another land, and he there you go. Opposite Jake Hudson up there. There we go. So he gets this. He has an affair with the Caliph's wife, and they can't prove anything, so they send him on this emissary mission. And he's obviously a smart guy. Oh, fuck. The copyright of the book is 1976. The copyright of the audiobook that I listened to is 2015. And it was... I forgot his name. Simon Vance is the narrator. And like I said before, this book was loosely based on the writings of... fuck. Yeah, it's the signal around here, dude. Damn it. Yeah, and I can't go inside because they're playing music and like it'll be copyright. Fuck. Well, I can do this later tonight because I'm going to be home. Hello. What's going on? Nice to have you, Junior. Thank you. Well, we'll just go on, and if it gets too horrible, let me know, guys. So the manuscript I said was based. It was written in 922 AD. Oh, cool. Thank you, Nicholas. It was written in 922 AD by Ibn Fadlan, and it is actually the first written account of what's happening. It's the first written account of any known Viking life. So I thought that was cool. This is actually a fictional, a non-fiction fiction book. So it is absolutely. So our main character is Ibn Fadlan. He is traveling with an entourage. He's traveling with a interpreter to help him, and then they come to a river of a crossroads, and this is where they first meet the Vikings. And he makes note of that they're just huge guys. They're huge. They're dirty. They don't wash themselves. They don't wipe after they defecate. And he goes, they travel with they go to trade. They're there for trade, but they need to find a route to go to where he's going to be, to emissate his emissariness. As they're there, they find a group of warrior types, and the area where they're at, the king, the leader of that area, is sick, and they actually have a Viking funeral. They go through the whole ceremony of the Viking funeral, and this is all documented from the manuscript of Ibn Fadlan. We're not even really into the story of the story yet. A lot of the first part of the book goes into what he documented as far as Viking life with the trades and merchants and stuff. As they're there, there's a mist that comes over, and everyone is all scared of the mist. This is when the story starts. A couple days later, a ship comes, and there's a mist there, and the person on the ship stays on the ship for a whole day so that they can, because they're scared of the mist. There's something mysterious about the mist. So he has to stay there a day to let everyone know that, yes, he's real. He's a real guy. He stayed there all night up until morning, because morning is what kills bad spirits, the morning light. So this this person that comes is coming from, we meet Bolvi. He's the leader who is destined to be king after the stick king dies. He's kin to Bolvi and says, "Hey man, we got some shit that's happening way up north. You have to come back. Some bad stuff's happening. We're being attacked. We don't know what it is." So like, okay. So in this little area, they have their magic woman, their shaman, they called her the Angel of Death. She gets her bones, throws them out, and they need, they get 12 guys, 11. Bullseye gets 11 guys, and then the witch, the Angel of Death, points to Ibn Fadlan and says, "And you." He's like, "What? I can't do that." But they're Vikings and they're bigger, so they kind of convince him to go on the trip with him. So he meets we meet all the other 12 Vikings. The main ones that we just need to keep in focus with. Shut up back there. Thank you, Dave. Put this up. Yeah, shut up. I'm gonna put that up there. Anyway, so he goes and we meet Bullseye and we meet Harrier. I don't know if that's how you really spell his name, but the other 10 guys, they've got such like Jürgen Svergenbergen and Jorgenberg, just all these really Norwegian, just these really, really, hardcore names. All right. So they're going on this trip, and they're passing through all these lands, and then they go, and then motherfucker. It's basically again an account of Ibn Fadlan's manuscript. They go to these different towns. They go to this one. It's a really interesting part. They go to this town that is like very militaristic. You can tell that this town is made for defense. And in the book, when this is what was confusing about the book, I forget to write that. They go back when something is explained. I don't know how this is done in the actual written book, but I called it the professor. The professor would come on and explain what we were reading from the manuscript of Ibn Fadlan. So this one part, they went to this very militaristic town, and sure enough, the manuscript explained, how the houses were set, and what the geography of the perimeter, and the way the doors would go like this, so they wouldn't get confused. And sure enough, about 300 or 400 years later, there was an expedition, and archaeologists found that yes, that manuscript from Ibn Fadlan was 100% accurate in what he explained. I believe that, this is my own personal opinion, I believe that was one of the determining factors of saying, oh, this manuscript that he wrote is legit. They mention in the foreword of the book that it has been translated many times. It has lost some of the, it's lost some of the vigor. So there are a lot of Correct. This is absolutely the book that the 13th Warrior is based on, 100%. Hold on. This actually is the original cover of the book, and then this is the one we're familiar with. The manuscript, the translations. Yeah, so thank you for joining me. 12, look at that, 13 people hanging out. The 13 warriors that are here listening to Cupcake talk about Eaters of the Dead. I don't want to go there. Here was another cool thing. As they're traveling, we learn of these things called bikes. And bikes are what the Norwegians called like rivers or creeks. And Ibn Fadlan, he was told this. Oh, jumping ahead of myself here. Harrier is important because Hey, all right. Harrier is important because in the book he speaks Latin, so he's able to communicate with Ibn Fadlan, and that's that's who he hangs out. That's who he commiserates with throughout the book. in reference to the movie. Harriet is the blonde guy. Hey, little brother, that guy. So and that's in their travels. That's where they get the word Vikings. And they talk about this one area of where they're going through this part of the land, and this is where the monsters are, where the sea serpents are. And everybody, all the other guys were like scared of the sea serpents, and Ibn Fadlan was like, I don't know any sea serpents. I don't see anything. And then he talks about this giant beast that came up, and a giant spout of water came, and then its huge hump, and then its forked tail would come. And the professor comes on after that and says, not really sure if the translation is like, obviously this is a whale, but we're not really sure what he meant by that, because there's no doubt that the Vikings knew that this was a whale. So he feels that in common parlance of the translation of this manuscript, they feel that the Vikings were just fucking with Ibn Fadlan about the monsters, because he is intelligent enough to know about monsters, and he's traveled, so he knows about whales. Obviously, the Vikings are going to know what whales are. They're not going to think that they're monsters. They get to the on their travels. They were going to go to the birthplace of Bolvi. He's the leader of the group. To see his father, to pay respect to his father and mother. I'm going to go do this mission. I'm going to be a hero. I'm going to go fight for. Well, they come to his town, and it's decimated, burned to the ground. Nobody's left alive, and there's a mist, in the hill behind his town. So they're freaking out. They're like, okay, these are the Vindigal. These are the Vindigal, eaters of the dead, demons. They're going along more on their travels. They come to another little town, and in this one area, they come to this cabin, and it's just blood all over. The head of the people are chopped off. They see there's a baby, a young child that's got a bitten out of its thigh, out of its shoulder, and then they find this little rock that's carved in no head, no feet, no arms, but it's got big voluptuous breasts, and she's pregnant. It's obviously a woman, and this is their mother god, Vindigal. They get to where they were asked to go. They are told, about the mist and how these things are coming. The king of the area is very sick, and his son is very suspicious of Bolvi and his crew. At one point, they have a battle, and this is the scene in the movie where Ray DeVito, what's up, brother? Good to have you, man. Thanks, dude. It's the scene in the movie where the big guy and Harriet, they fight, and Harriet, he breaks three of his shields, and then he cuts off his head. In the book, they explain that, these guys thought, now they have no idea about us. We needed to, put our foot down and go, yo, this is what's up. And in the book, they go on to describe that they're not, they lost a fighter. This is a big guy that was fighting. They lost somebody that could help them fight the demons. So the first night, just jumping forward, the first night they come, demons, they're all in the great hall. They're pretending to be asleep, snoring, what have you, all that. And Ibn Fadlan noticed, can smell a pungent odor like of death, of just grossness. Hey, what's up? And they come in, there is a battle, and they see these beasts, these monster-looking things. And some of them they know they kill. They know they kill them, but there's no dead bodies. Bullseye, the leader, does, does cut off the arm of one of them, and they examine the arm, and it's stocky, it's muscly, it's got a lot of black hair on it. It's humanoid, but it's not human. It's got long claws. So now they're even more But the second half of this book, it's not only a retelling of the manuscript of Ibn Fadlan, but it is also a kind of a retelling of the story of Beowulf. It's ready to be something. Absolutely, Ray. Next time. Excuse me. My straw broke. So thank you. So they find that they take their dead, they carry them away. They take the arm of this creature, they put it up, as yes, we have kind of defeated them, and then they are getting ready for another battle because the mist goes away. Yeah, the mist goes away, so they have a day of rest. Next day the mist comes, and this is where the fireworm comes, but the whole day they're setting up for... I will next time. Send me a link to Audible. Yo, what's up, OJ? Thanks for coming, man. So they're setting up a perimeter defense, and Ibn Fadlan, they also take note. A lot of people in the in this very north area of Scandinavia, they've never seen a dark-skinned person. I'm not saying necessarily black, but he's definitely an Arab. He's of that area, and a lot of people are rubbing his skin, trying to get it off, thinking it's soot. They make note of that, and he makes note of that in his manuscript. So, and he's unfamiliar with the type of defense tactics that they're setting up. They're setting up the stakes that are like this. Moat around it. Finally understands, you can't see the moat, you're going to fall into the spikes. So in this battle, I'm going to leave it probably after this battle and finish up on Wednesday, because after this, there really isn't any more historical, because throughout the whole thing, I did want to mention this before I stop, sure. So after this, during that, as they're setting up the perimeters, they're healing wounds, and he is obviously Muslim, and he follows Islam. So they're cleaning the wounds, and this scene does happen in the movie. Oh fuck! I totally forgot to talk about my favorite scene of the language, when he learns their language. Fucking A. Because they don't do it like they do it in the movie. In the book, he's got, because I mentioned it, Harry, and he speaks Latin, so that's how he can translate. Maybe I'll talk about that tomorrow. So he's got, he mentions the slave mentions that it's cow urine that they're going to use to clean the wound, and he's like, no, and he's like, they're so disgusting that they use urine to wash, and then the professor comes on and says, yes, they would do that. What they would do is they would save barrels of cow urine and boil it down until it's kind of a paste, I believe it said. And then they would use that to clean and disinfect, because at the end of the day, heat is just basically ammonia. And they go, they're setting up the perimeter, and then the fireworm comes, and I think, we're here, not at all. Yeah. So as they set up the perimeter, this is the part in the movie where Antonio Banderas gets on his horse and he goes up. Oh, it's cavalry, and the scene where where Antonio Banderas kills the guy and he goes, "It's a man. It's a man. It's a man." And then he goes all berserker because it's a man. That doesn't happen in the book, which I really liked. In the book, this first battle, they keep it ambiguous about whether, what the hell are these things? They're again, a lot of them are killed. but there's no bodies that this motherfucking idiot. You just totally drove over the curb. I wish I would have recorded it. But they leave it ambiguous. So Michael Crichton leaves it ambiguous in the book on whether they are actually still monsters or that they're, like what they are, because they've seen them on horseback. They're man-like, and they have, some of them had heads of bears. Some of them didn't have heads at all. Some of them had heads of other animals, but they all had these big, big fur coats. So it definitely leaves it ambiguous on if they are monsters or not. Next day comes, and they more of the 13. The first night, 3 of the 13 were killed. After that after the next battle, there was a couple more that were killed. So they decide, okay, we got to hit them at home. So a bunch of them get together, and they tell Ibn Fadlan, you're coming with us. Like, listen, man, shut up, I said. What the fuck? Shut the fuck out. Shut your fucking mouth. Jesus Christ. Anyway. So they're getting on horseback to go to attack them, in their land. So they go to this, they follow the path, and they come to this town. Correct. It is Beowulf, and it is a manuscript of Ibn Fadlan in 922 AD. He actually went to the Vikings. A lot of, obviously, the Beowulf stuff is coming at the end of the book, which is what I'm getting to now. A lot of the manuscript is the beginning of the book. A lot of you do learn a lot, and I'd like to know in the actual, like I said, the written book, how because there's a professor, like I said, that comes on, and when Ibn Fadlan explains something, the professor comes in and explains it further. So they go and they find this village, and there's nobody in the village. Nobody at all. The only thing they find are a bunch of the little statues, and they're in a circle, so they feel like the Vindigal, we're tricking them. They're one step ahead of them. So after that, they go, and this is another part that's not in the movie. They go to the dwarves, and there's a long. You know what? I'm going to cut it short here. We're going to talk about the dwarves and everything else on Wednesday. I do have to get my laundry going, and I do have to get back on the road. But yeah, so tune in to Cupcakes Corner, book reviews and overviews on Wednesday, so we can finish this up. We will learn about the dwarves that are in Eaters of the Dead, and where they come from, and who they are, and why they're considered magic. And we will, and I will also go through that, and I'll also go through the appendix. There's, that's what this show's all about. Do I need to play the theme song again? But yeah, so Wednesday we will continue with the rest, and we'll go over the appendix. And yeah, catch you later, everybody. Let me here, Big Goose. I got this for you. Let me see if I just uploaded the one, not the timer. Did.
Sound smart and well read. Cupcakes got you covered. Reading books help your brain get fed. This is the best show you discovered. Cupcakes book reviews and overviews. It's the best book review show you can view. Not like other book reviews and overviews. Cause it's Cupcakes book reviews and overviews. Let's read.
There you go. Do you want to sound smart and well read? Cupcakes got you covered. I am the $100 tier member. But there you go, McGoose. You want to sound smart and well-read, Cupcakes got you covered. Books help your brain get fed. All right, guys. I will catch you later. Maybe if I'm home tonight, maybe I may do something tonight. But we will catch you later. Bye!
reviews and stories all the fun.